Hate is a strong word to use. So rather than saying I hate these tattoos, let's just say I'm not the craziest about them. You obviously know my journey, my tattoos, and the ones that I love, but I'm sure a couple of you are wondering what I don't like as well. And that's exactly what this video is. These are the tattoos that I see somebody on the street have, at the gym, or wherever. And my initial reaction to them is kind of, you know the feeling. Now, I will also say in advance, I apologize to anybody that has these tattoos or wants these tattoos. This video is not meant to put those tattoos down in any way. So the first tattoo that I dislike is the Cheetah Print tattoo. Now, this is a very visible one that people usually get either on the shoulder or on the thigh or somewhere in the very visible region. And by all means, if you like cheetahs, you want to get a print on them, that is totally fine. But why I dislike this tattoo is usually this tattoo isn't done the greatest. Every time I see a cheetah print tattoo, it just looks like blobs splattered all over the body. It just doesn't look like a cheetah print. And it looks like they didn't do a good job in terms of searching for the artist. It looks like they went to somebody in the back alley and got it done. Now, the next tattoo that I dislike is the lip kiss tattoo, specifically on the neck area. The reason why I don't like this is I feel like it's just in a very visible region of the body where people see a lot of. It's usually done in red too to make it more striking and visible. But I usually see a lot of teenagers, players with this, and I just feel like you're trying to persuade people to think you are something like that, or somebody will get it of their significant other. And what happens if that thing doesn't work out with that person? Then you have their lip kiss right on the neck, very visible to see every day, and it's just something I personally wouldn't get. I don't really like seeing. But again, that is my personal preference and opinion. I would love to hear yours on this tattoo specifically. So the next set of tattoos that I dislike kind of fall off what I just mentioned with having like a significant other, lover kind of included into a tattoo. And that is a significant other's name and a matching tacky kind of tattoo with them as well. Like the king and queen or those half and half things. Now they are cute, yes, and they may hold meaning at that moment. But whenever I see these tattoos, I just look at them and I think, man, the odds of you regretting that tattoo, getting it covered up, lasered, are super high compared to anything else. I just do not think you should get anything with a tattoo related to a significant other. Now, this one's gonna sound a little weird, but the next set of tattoos that I do not like are tattoos on the neck, but kind of hold like 1/3 to 1/4 of the neck. They just cover up the side of it. For some reason, I just hate seeing the blank look. I like seeing a full covered neck. That's me personally. But whenever I see it on the side, it just doesn't look complete to me. And I just don't like the look of it. That's just, again, my personal opinion. Now, these next set of tattoos that I'm going to mention that I dislike, I'm going to kind of group them into one because they are of a certain area of the hand. The first one is that pistol on that hand where it kind of resembles a gun. I try my hardest nowadays not to judge, and I've become really good at it, not to judge a book by its cover in terms of the tattoos that they have. But whenever I see this tattoo, I immediately think crime, criminal activity, gangster, or anything like that. It's kind of hard not to, especially with that kind of statement of a gun being on your hand. Very visible as well. And I think anybody that saw that would think that immediately as well. The next one is that skull on the hand where it resembles a skull when you put it right up to your face. Yes, this does look cool when it is done correctly and right. But most of the time, and I've seen it in person a couple times, it's just not done the greatest. And when your hand is down, it just looks off. The only time it looks good is when you have it like that. And then the third one for the hand is script on it. Now, this is a hit or miss because like Brandon, he has like script Gothic lettering on his hand. And that looks good. I like that a lot actually. Or when you have like a nice word and then it's covered and fills the area nicely, that looks fine as well. It's when people kind of just get one word on their hand and that is it. It just looks so off to me. It doesn't look like it was placed in the right area. And I feel like there's a much better area for that word than on your hand. Now, the next tattoo that I dislike kind of goes off wording, and that is script. Now, I have script. I know a lot of people out there have script. Well, I did have script. I'm getting it removed as we speak. But the reason why I don't like this is, yes, it's a great way to kind of express yourself with words and all that. But the thing I find with script is it takes up so much area, and people like to use a lot of area with this. And then when you want to work around it, it just looks so out of place. So, you know, for me, it's more just kind of the flow of the whole piece eventually when it's done and the area more than anything. Now, this next one is a little bit of a questionable one. I'm sure I'm going to get a little bit of backlash for it. And that is getting your last name tattooed on you. Now, there's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are and your last name. Hell, I am very proud to be a Mamalidi. But I don't think you should go ahead and get your last name tattooed. I think it's just something that, you know, keep it with you. You already hold it with you as a person. You don't need to get it tattooed. And also, you're going to get a lot of backlash for it too as well, because then people are going to make fun of you, be like, did you forget your last name? And that's why you need to get it tattooed on you. That's the kind of thing I always think of as well. It's a nice gesture, but kind of hold it to you as a person instead of actually getting it tattooed. And also, I see a lot of times when people do get this, they get it super big. It covers a super big area, and it's like, wow, like, that's striking. you really love your last name. So the next tattoo that I dislike is tribal. I have one myself, and the reason why I dislike this is for a couple reasons. One, it usually fills up such a big area, and it's usually nothing but just black with simple designs. I'm not putting anything against like the Polynesian, Maori type. Those are really cool. Those are very intricate. But these ones, I feel like you just walked into a shop when you were a teenager, just said, give me something that looks cool, and then you slapped it on. Covers a big area, just very bold, very black, nothing really to it. And it's kind of something I just look at, I'm like, yeah, you could have done something much better. Now this next tattoo that I hate is actually a blackout sleeve. But I'm going to say I actually love blackout sleeves. I think they look great. I think they look unique. They look different, and they're a very bold piece to have. But what I hate is when I see somebody going ahead and covering up good work they already have with a blackout. I always think, and I always kind of compare, it's like having the Mona Lisa covered up with just a black thing. And it's like, why? Like, it's just all that artwork gone. It's like, ugh. Now this is another one I might catch a little bit of slack for in terms of, you know, hate. And that is like those single needle tattoos that are very spaced out. It's like almost like American traditional, but now more of like a single fine line, realism, micro realism, something like what Alec Costa has. I just find it's such wasted space. Yes, it does look nice. It's very faint. It's very elegant. But for me, again, I just don't like that space aspect. There's too much of it, and you don't really fill this up in any way, I feel, in terms of like the American traditional. You can add those little stars or anything like that. This one is kind of just blank space and scattered throughout. So for me, it's just not something I would personally get. It looks great. It's usually done very well too, but it's just not something I like. And I look at that, I'm like, don't like it. Now, the next tattoo that I actually hate, and I can say I hate these ones, is poorly done tattoos done by artists that are not skilled and should not be doing tattoos, because you are ruining somebody's life doing this. Now, I'm not going to say or include those tattoos. Maybe you had that drunk time with a friend and it's a little small one that has a lot of laughs, fun memories to it. Or maybe an artist that is done by apprentice. Maybe it's not the best quality, but by then they have practiced on skin enough to where, you know, they're able to put something decent on a human being. It's these artists that do not care about who they're doing, they're tattooing, they're fucking up somebody's life, and they have no intent on getting better. They're in it for just a quick cash grab, and that is it. Those are the tattoos that I hate the most, and I just can't stand. Now again, guys, this is all my personal opinion on what I like versus dislike. Do not come at me for the things that I don't like, as I won't come at you for the things you don't like. Also, go ahead in the comment section and let me know what tattoos you don't like. Maybe our list kind of matches up. Maybe there's something I didn't mention that maybe I kind of think about and look at. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't like those tattoos either. Would love to hear what you have to say on this. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, join the community, because I have that back tattoo coming very soon, probably in the next 2 weeks, and also my foot tattoo. And I may have a tattoo coming in this region as well. It's going to be visible, and it's going to be something you either love or you hate. So you might want to be here for that. So go ahead and do that for me, and I will see you soon. Later, guys.